sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim or Cimnanya. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I'm saying massive shout out to every one of you for the support. You all shower me here with I am grateful, and you are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about this video that is going online, as in circulating online. Everybody want this video to go viral because we want justice for Kenneth, right? And it happened that I think in 2019, Kenneth had an accident with a pump-colored woman, and while they were like trying to investigate how the accident happened, he had a medical emergency. That is, he had a diabetic shock. So he was told to go to the hospital because she drove straight up to the hospital, and the pump-colored woman he had accident with followed him. She was calling the 911 dispatcher, right? And they told him, do not follow him. And she said, okay. And she ended up following the man. And and then she started assaulting the man. And guess what happened? She Pe0ple the man straight up. And they were asking, but we told you not to follow him. And she said he might be drunk or he might be very dangerous to other people. That was why she followed him and did what she did. Are you a cop? No. So this issue has been on for years right now, and nothing has happened. She was released on bond and she's been wearing monitor. Her coffee time is 9 p.m. And the one that that shocked me is the fact that her attorney faked a medical report just not to be in court because of this pump-colored woman. And I am asking, I am not saying crime is okay, no matter who commits it. If this were to be a black person that did something like this to a pump-colored person, trust me, this case has already been ended long time ago. And everybody is coming out, both young and old, sharing this video because they want justice for Kenneth. He deserves justice. And I see youth also looking for a way to make this video go viral, so people will sign the petition that is also going around and get justice for this one, because he deserves all this justice. So straight up, let's get into this.
Everybody meet Hannah Payne, a 21-year-old white woman who killed this man, Kenneth Hearing. But how did she do it? Self-defense? Protecting the lives of others? Was she a cop? None of that. Kenneth was driving down the road and he ran a red light and he hit a four-wheeler, and they both pulled over to wait for the police. But why was Kenneth in such a rush? During the time of the crash, there was two witnesses. One, Hannah, and two, a correctional officer named Terry Robinson. The correctional officer examined Kenneth and noticed that he was disoriented. A police officer reported that Kenneth's eyes looked a little reddish-orange color. He believed he was having a diabetic shock. The four-wheel driver, Kenneth, Hannah, and the CEO waited for 20 minutes on the side of the road waiting for a cop to show up. But Kenneth was having a medical emergency, so he got back up in his car and he drove away. And the correctional officer told her to follow him and get his license plate number. While she was following him, she called 911 and told the dispatcher what was happening. The dispatcher told her to fall back and go back to the scene of the crime and let police handle it. But Hannah didn't do that. No, what Hannah did is she cut Kenneth off a mile down the road from the accident, and she pulled out her firearm and told him to go back. Meanwhile, this entire time, Kenneth was having a medical emergency and he was rushing to the hospital to get treatment. But when Kenneth told her no and to get out the way so he could get to the hospital, she pulled her firearm. When the cops showed up, they found him in the front seat suffering from a firearm wound, and they rushed him to the hospital and he was pronounced dead less than an hour later. You would think Hannah would be convicted of murder, not to mention traffic violations as well. But no, Hannah has had her trial completely dismissed for all these reasons, and it just keeps going. But not only did this incident happen in 2019, the last dismissal of this trial happened in November of 2022. But you want to know the irony? Her defense attorney had a health emergency, even though there was no proof of the illness. Yet the trial still got dismissed. And Hannah still hasn't been charged for the death of this man. And here we are in 2023. For the 9th time, Hannah is finally going to trial in October of this month of this year. So I want to bring full attention to this trial and make sure justice is served, because no citizen should pull out a gun on anybody for no good reason if their life is not in danger, especially when a man is just trying to get to the hospital so he don't die. So here's this petition that was started in 2020, yet I'm bringing it back to light because Kenneth deserves justice, and every trial Hannah has been to has been completely dismissed. So let's go sign it and get this man the justice he deserves. My name's Eric Stone. Doses.
What's up, TikTok? We need your help and we don't have a lot of time. Let me pitch myself down to a little guy. The white lady, Hannah. The black man, Kenneth. Kenneth was having a medical emergency. He was rushing himself to the hospital for this medical emergency when he had a fender bender. Fearing that he wasn't going to make it through this medical emergency, he kept going towards the hospital. Karen, aka Hannah, she witnesses the accident and she witnesses Kenneth pull away, headed towards the hospital. She decides to give chase to Kenneth. She calls 911 and tells the operator, I'm chasing this man that just had an accident until y'all get here. And the dispatch told her, stop chasing that man. She tells the dispatch, nope, I'm going to keep chasing him. Hannah decides to pull a maneuver around Kenneth to stop his car. Then she gets out of her car. Not knowing that Kenneth was having a medical emergency, this Karen walked up to Kenneth and started beating his ass. Oh, but then she pulled a weapon and took his life. Do you know that this happened in 2019? It's 2023, and this woman ain't spent a day in jail. Now, she was supposed to go to trial a couple of times, and the last time, because white supremacy wants to protect her, her lawyer faked a medical emergency before the trial. We need your help because in 8 days, October 23rd of 2023, she is going to trial. We need this to blow up. We need this to go viral now. We need to make this go viral and get justice for Kenneth's family. And we need to let the justice system know that we can't have Karens running around here taking the lives of black people and getting away with it. Her trial is in 8 days. We got to hurry up and blow this up and get the win to the courts, to the jury, to the district attorney. And we need to let Kenneth's family know we are here to help. Justice for Kenneth. Prison for Hannah. Pause the read. Last but not least, pause the read.
This woman is scheduled to finally go to trial this week. If there is one video of mine that you watch, please let it be this one. We need way more eyes on this story from 2019 that is just now going to trial. We need to get justice for Kenneth Herring spread like wildfire before this trial starts on October 18th, which is tomorrow. So y'all do the thing. All statements are reported and alleged. On May 7th, 2019, this man who was in his 60s, for some reason, there are many conflicting ages attributed to him. I've seen 62, 64, 69. So I'm going to say Mr. Herring was in his 60s. He was suffering a medical emergency, which was later found to be suspected diabetic shock, and he was trying to drive himself to the hospital. On that drive, he got into a fender bender in which no one was hurt, so his family says he continued his drive to the hospital because he knew he was in medical trouble. Well, this lady, at the time she was 21 years old, her name is Hannah Payne. She saw that fender bender and she saw Kenneth drive away, so her nosy butt, thinking she, I don't know, is somebody, she started following Kenneth and called the police, at which time they told her, ma'am, stop following him. I'm going to put that audio in right now.
Okay, no, we actually do not want you to chase him. We just want you to be safe.
So, as you just heard, she was immediately told by that dispatcher not to chase down Kenneth Herring. She says she's going to anyway. She claims that he must be drunk and he's going to hurt somebody. Toxicology reports later showed Mr. Herring was neither drunk nor under the influence of any substance whatsoever. He was in a medical emergency.
He is drunk. I'm sorry, but I'm here to tell you I'm not going to follow him.
So, just like she said she was going to do, she continued following Mr. Herring. At some point, she followed him for a mile and then blocked his path with her Jeep. She walked up to his window. Some kind of altercation ensued. A witness said they saw her physically hit Mr. Herring, and then at some point she gets out a weapon and she takes Mr. Herring's life. Here's what she told the 911 dispatcher about that.
Ma'am! Yes. Ma'am! He just pulled the trigger of my gun in my hand. Ma'am, you were not supposed to follow him.
And as you heard again, the 911 dispatcher says, ma'am, you were not supposed to follow him. So, after she took his life in what she claimed was a citizen's arrest, although the 911 dispatcher was telling her not to take that action, Hannah was charged with 2 counts of felony murder, 1 count of malice murder, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of false imprisonment, and 3 counts of weapon possession during a violent crime. She was released on $220,000 bond, and since then has been at home with an ankle monitor and a 9 p.m. curfew. This happened in 2019. It's 2023. There's been multiple delays. One of those in 2022 was caused when her attorney said he had a stroke. The judge did not believe him, and she charged him with contempt of court. Now, like I said, supposedly, if everything goes as it should, she will finally be on trial for these crimes tomorrow, October 18th, 2023. I hope there is not a delay, and I hope Kenneth Herring and his family finally get justice. She's been at home sitting on the couch way too long, and I wonder why. I wonder if she looked different, if she would have been in jail this whole time. I wonder if there even would have been bond, but let me not go down that road. Justice for Kenneth Herring. This is ridiculous. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll keep you updated.
Shooting that happened in 2019, where that woman cornered that man, the white woman that cornered that man and offed him, okay? She's out on bond. I don't remember seeing this nowhere in the media, but I got a clip. Watch this.
Let me give you some background to this insane story. Payne is a Georgia woman charged with killing 62-year-old Kenneth Herring. Her lawyer says Payne was acting as a good Samaritan and shot him in self-defense. WSB TV reports Payne was 21 at the time, was accused of fatally shooting Herring. Now, initially, the DA's office did not levy the charges they should have. They ended up bringing her back, indicting her again to get the right charges after the community spoke up. Mr. Herring, according to the emergency responders, he was actually experiencing a diabetic emergency. According to Miss Payne, he was involved in a hit and run accident, and it was her duty to follow him. She called 911 while in pursuit, as if this is her duty. The 911 operator said, "Stop pursuing the vehicle." She said, "I'm not going to do that." She continued to pursue the vehicle, cornered Mr. Herring, shot him, killed him. Police say Payne followed Herring's pickup truck after seeing him hit another car. Payne claimed that Herring was trying to leave the scene of the crash. After telling him, police say Payne blocked Herring with her Jeep. Let's put up another picture of this killer. Once again, we now know that Mr. Herring was experiencing a medical emergency. She killed Mr. Herring. Drivers who witnessed the fatal shooting said they saw Miss Payne, the killer, punching the elderly Mr. Herring, who appeared to be in medical distress, and yelling at him, "Get out the effing car." She's still out on bond. Yeah, she's free. This happened in 2019. We are now in 2022. The killers.
So because this man was in a diabetic coma, you thought you would be Captain Save-A-Ho and go save the day, thinking that he was just out here running into people. not trying to figure out what the problem was, and you took it upon yourself to end this person's life in front of his spouse. Couldn't have been my grandpa. And then you out on bond, couldn't have been my grandpa, because we would have dealt with your ass out here in these streets. Couldn't have been me. Couldn't have been my family. Talking about a citizen's arrest. Girl, bye. You can go to www.change.org, click the link, help us get justice for Kenneth Herring. You can choose to leave a donation or choose to share it on a number of social media platforms or with friends and family. So did y'all hear?
How best can we reach the youth to mobilize?
Social media, get influencers and people who actually have a say-so in the justice system to make their own opinions and involve them into it, then I think that the justice system will look our direction and actually think to do something about it.
Social media is word of mouth. Tell a friend that tells a friend. I tell all my friends that I know that's gonna gossip and tell their cousins, and then what I said exactly what I know, what I want them to say, because I know that's what we do. But it's many tactics like opening your mouth, being engaged. Just people should be genuinely concerned. So join organizations, and the number one thing that we have to do, and we also have to throw out, other than mobilization, is voting. Get out to vote. Change the scenario.
Being able to interpret the same actions that took place in the past is being taken place today, just under a different light, and it's in a different form. So it's important for us to realize that and stay awake and recognize what is happening today and as we grow in the future. So yeah, but I am optimistic about our future. I do think that there will be a lot of young people who will impact this country in a good way, and it will be a lot of Black individuals in our government by then.
Yes, and again, thank you to the young people for their leadership. Our future truly is bright. Just listening to them talk about the things that need to happen in this case and need to happen globally are just phenomenal. I don't think I was that in tune with what was happening at their ages. So just so proud of them.
So this is all I got, and I'm saying a very big shout out to everyone from Eric, because I mean, when I go to TikTok, I see a lot of people doing, because they want the video to go viral. So people are doing the video, sharing and reposting also, and that is a very great one. Shout out to everyone, like, you know, doing something to make this, because like, I don't know, I am so emotional trying to talk about this, because these people, I think we really do need to match their energy, because I don't see how these people wake up every damn day to like take away life. And she is out on bond, moving around, and her coffee only starts at 9 o'clock. And you are telling me this is justice? This is not justice. She does not, I mean, she should be where, let them put her where she should be, where she is supposed to be, not to see the daylight again. Because what in the rubbish is this? She was told not to follow him. The man was having a medical crisis issues already, and she decided to be the judge. And now let me tell you all something. You see all this ray and disease that is going on. It is really like sometimes you see it and you know it is just them being palm-colored people. If this were to be a Black person, trust me, this issue has been closed way back. It's been taken care of, and the person is probably already serving life term or probably 20-something years in prison and all that. Already, the person is already incarcerated. Because she's a palm-colored person, they've been moving the story, going up and down and all that, to the extent that her attorney forged a fake medical report. Are you for real right now? Are you being real? That somebody pew-pewed an innocent man for no just reason. And this person is still moving out. And she was even given a bond. Make this make sense. This Karen shouldn't be seeing the broad daylight. I mean, seeing the day anymore. You all do the needful. And to all the youth, I see all the youth doing what they can also to make sure that Kenneth get justice. And I pray and I hope that he get the justice he deserves. I know that her family are already like, messed up with this news and all that. Because I learned that he was shot in front of the wife or something like that. Man, I can't deal with these people anymore. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.